You're watching Seeing the Unseen, and thank you for doing so. My name's Kenan, the producer. Now, tonight, the title is Spiral Medicine, and I have a quick thought to share before I turn it over to Christopher for the evening. But before I do that, anyone and everyone who's out there joining us for the evening, be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. And don't be shy, because there's no charge for the first time. Going forward, after the first reading, it's only $10 per reading per time, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month. So I highly recommend that, since we run 3 shows per week. Normally that's Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Now, since we're in September, one of the quotes that keeps me going through this month is from a Green Day song that came out back 20 years ago when I was in high school, which is a line that says, "Wake me up when September ends." And for me, that resonates because this month of September is in the sign of Virgo, which says, I analyze. And it can be an easy trap to fall into, that one of analysis and over analyzing our own behaviors and being overly critical of ourselves. That's one I have to watch out for. So, thanks for listening. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Hey, excuse me. Happy Wednesday evening. Great blessings to you all. I light this incense to give you the wisdom to focus on your strengths. Focus on really what is really good about you. And I love that because Kenan got home a little bit late tonight. We didn't actually get to talk about the show. And he comes up with that quote about September and overanalyzing. So this helps you let go of overanalyzing, which is exactly the theme for the show that we're talking about, is called Spiral Medicine. So you can pull up the group card here, and if you can, take a picture of this card. You can put it on your phone as a phone saver, but it's a constantly, it can be a constant good reminder as to what I'm going to cover tonight that I think is really important. And it has to do with this spiral medicine. So everything from galaxies to seashells to plants and everything in between is spiral medicine. It's how the universe functions. Because it's found naturally in the natural world. So it's naturally in you. It is a part of you. It's a part of how we as humans function. I wanted to elaborate on that. This card ultimately means a time for great growth for all of you, but transformation. So what this show will help you do is to go deep into your consciousness and the unknown. We don't really know the subconscious or even what's there, but it's safely going into that subconscious and then extending far out into the heavens. And it's crucial to surrender to this journey until this exhausted paradigm that many of us have lived or are living disappears into the heavens. So it's going down into the consciousness, bringing this exhausted paradigm, which can be draining you of energy, and you don't consciously know what it is. But that's the medicine of this show, is to be able to look at that, go down, and then bring it out. Okay? And it gives birth for you to a new, completely new reality. So I'd like to, are you willing to break the habit of working on your faults? Because many times you're giving more energy to your faults. It's like what Kenan was saying earlier, right? Overanalyzing. That's one example. Look at what you are doing correctly. Look at what's working for you. Look at what you love. Focus your energy on that rather than working on your faults. Okay? Because this is the trusting the medicine of the spiral. Because it guides you on this renewal energy. It's all about renewal. And I just actually did this before the show. Now, if you follow the directions, go get about 500 little pebbles, I don't know, maybe 1,000, and actually make a spiral. Or you could do it with twigs. You can get 1,000 twigs, make a spiral. Or you can do what I did in the kitchen just now. But it has to be an area where you can walk around the same area like 3 times at least. So I didn't use stones and I didn't use twigs. I just went into my kitchen. I imagined a spiral on the floor. I chose a direction and I just started to walk around the spiral. I walked around until I got to the center. And when you get to the center, you offer to the earth, you offer to the higher powers the feelings or the situations that you no longer want in your life. And you can actually feel them release. Then take some nice, slow, deep breaths. And in the opposite direction, as you walk back the way you entered, you bring in this new energy of the way your life really wants to be. Your soul really wants to be. So that's why maybe taking a picture of the group card tonight might be a good idea to help remind you to do this exercise. And maybe even do it every morning. Do 3 times, get to the center at least. You can do more than 3 times. But when you get to the center, release, let go, walk back out, and expand of what you want and how you want it to be. So that is the group card. We've got Marilyn tonight, Abby and Marilyn, Jeff Reynolds, Ashley Nicole, Laura, excuse me, Amanda, Jared and Kat, Tiffany and Lana. So thank you for being here. Now, next, I'll just remind you, next Sunday and Monday, we won't be doing a show. We're going to be in San Antonio. So all of you, hopefully we'll get to see you, Laura or Amanda, Ashley, Nicole, definitely we'll see you. But we'll get to see all of you there, and it'll be a real thrill. We're really looking forward to it. So we start the show tonight. If you're new to the show, basically I shuffle through the deck and I let your guides or your higher power choose the best message or the highest message for you tonight. Okay. Oh, great, Lori, you'll be there Monday. Oh, that's awesome. We're looking forward to it. Excuse me. So one of these days I definitely want to interview Marilyn when she's ready for it. I've been saying this for months and months now. So when we get back, I want to have some of you on the show to interview you. But Marilyn and I have been working together for about a year now. And the player card is what you're becoming and the journey that you've taken, where you're not allowing these perceived faults of yourself or your other people around you even bother you. It's like I have to tell you a funny story, Marilyn. So when we went to China as missionaries, went to the Republic of China, Taiwan, we were told that there are terrible, terrible mosquitoes there and you can get all kinds of diseases. So we bought, now this was back in 82, 83, 84, in the mid 80s. Anyway, we bought probably 200 cans of mosquito repellent. And by the time we got to Taiwan, many of the cans had exploded in our luggage. And it turns out, I don't know, we just had this picture of Taiwan being like a third world nation and Aborigines, and we get there and it's like, it looks exactly like New York. The Taipei looked exactly like New York City or Chicago or any large city. And they had mosquito sprays in all the stores. My point of telling you this story, Marilyn, is you've gotten really good at the mosquito spray and not letting these people and their opinions and their belief systems and their projections bite you. So kudos on collecting all this mosquito spray that you've done. This is the player card. It's about going to play without worrying about, well, what if this happens, or what if that happens, or what if, just let go and absolutely playing. There's somebody coming through that you used to play catch with. Or jacks. It's something with a ball. It's about, her message is letting go of the need to win and just play for the fun of it. And be free of the people that are focusing on losing or winning. Or, okay, Marilyn, anywhere where anyone has ever made you the loser, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? Because that's a game that they were playing in their own head. I think this makes sense to you. Smudge spray. Yeah. Oh, Tiffany says, I already know I'm going to need to replay this again. Thank you, Tiffany. So, again, this is the spiral. As wherever open area you have, living room, kitchen, bedroom, is find a larger area where you can walk around 3 times and slowly go into a spiral. When you get to the center, you let go. Let go. When you feel it leaving, then walk back out and expand your energy and bring in everything that can serve you to your best and highest. Okay. Hope that helped. Okay, my dear Abby and Marilyn. All right, Abby. You know what, Abby? I'm just going to start clearing this energy around this. This is clearing the energy around any negativity around your birth or your conception or your any negativity around what people said or how they were feeling, and that you may have taken on girl, you've done so amazing, like really, really well with this whole birth situation. You were coming through and no holds barred. This is an acclamation of who you are and your strength and why you're here. You've overcome tremendous obstacles right from the time you were conceived. So it's acknowledging that, but it's letting go of those faults that were put upon you I'm always and forever free. I'm always and forever free of being a burden on anything or anyone. Or the belief, I'm always and forever free of the belief of being a burden on anything or anyone. Yeah, we can talk about this. I know you know what I'm talking about. All right, my dear Marilyn. So Abby was talking about doing a crystal workshop or training. Actually, Marilyn, this would be really good for you. Just because you both speak a very different language, but they're harmonious. So Abby can reach people. Abby can reach certain people, and Marilyn, you can reach certain people. So it's sitting more in meditation. I know Marilyn Pitts does this. When you meditate, hold a stone, hold a crystal, hold a rock, and you'll feel it. And then it would be really good to whether you take this class or not, if you're feeling off, identify the emotion, and you can Google it. What crystal helps clear sadness? What crystal helps clear whatever emotion it is? That can even be part of your class. And Abby, I'd really encourage you to do that as well. But you have one of your hidden powers is to use crystals. There's a certain vibration, and your vibration is raised over the years. Where you've had this ability, but you've kind of forgotten about it. You know, it's kind of like, well, you learned to ride a bicycle when you were 4, but maybe you haven't ridden a bicycle since then, and you're kind of doubting if I can ride a bicycle. Well, this is like earth knowledge that you have naturally that will come back to you if you start using it. Whew. Okay, Jeff, here we go. So I'm gonna I'm gonna start clearing this energy with you as well, Jeff. This is releasing and clearing any blame, shame, guilt around the thinking of maybe causing someone's demise, or coulda, woulda, shoulda done something better to help them. It's also, man, we're getting into some really interesting, I mean, talk about spiraling into the subconscious here. This is having to do with anywhere where you have, this isn't just this lifetime. It's clearing and letting go of the fear of loss or blame or shame or guilt. So the spiral exercise will be, I know you've got a pretty big kitchen or living room area. The spiral exercise would be really good. It's just when you spiral in, you get to the center, you let go. You can feel it, and then slowly walk back out in a spiral, wider and wider and wider and wider, and feel the new energy coming in. This is major cleansing. So let me talk about this a little bit. When you do some spiritual cleansing, it can actually affect you physically. So, you know, people sometimes are using the restroom a lot. They're letting go. It's literally physiologically letting go in your system. Okay. So it's not always it's a form of like cleansing is the best I can tell you. Yeah, this is I know some of you that are sensitive on the show can actually feel this releasing. Like can you feel that? Like with Jeff, it's like, whoa. So yeah, it's good though, Jeff. It's really good. It's really good. All right, my dear Ashley, we get to see you in a few days. 2 days. Friday night, Friday afternoon. Okay. This is so when you're spiraling out, this is acknowledging your courage. What you've learned has been really empowering. So people have spent years and years and years developing their makeup, their masks, and they hide behind these, what do you want to call them, belief systems, behaviors. Like I read for this woman the other day, and I met her mom, and oh my God, her mom is just the sweetest, really kind, just a wonderful person. Some of the most beautiful animals in the world are vipers. They're sleek, they're beautiful colors. But this woman, when my client would actually look at this and go, oh my God, she caused tremendous division. She caused biting behind the back. My point of telling you this story is you have the ability to see that. You have the ability to see behind the mask of others that they've spent years creating. And on some level, they know that you can see them and they can feel threatened by you. Now, it's not anything that you're saying or doing. It's simply who you are. And it's not letting that. You know, a lioness doesn't walk around going, oh, I wonder who's going to attack me today. Who am I going to, who's going to try to kill me today? No, she's a lioness. Like, something comes up, she rips them apart. So this is releasing, clearing, destroying, and uncreating any anywhere where you might have blamed yourself for your ability to expose because it needed to be exposed. And that's acknowledging your courage. And a lot of times you don't have to say anything. You just know, It's trusting your knowing. Okay? I hope that helps. All right. All right, my dear Laura. Yes, we'll see you on Monday too, right? And then we've got Amanda, Jared, Kat, Tiffany, and Lana.
Laura does say yes, you will be there.
Yeah, great. I'm so glad you'll be there Monday, Laura. All right. So this is called the regenerator. So again, you see the spiral. In your case, Laura, it's being able to take a few days off. When you go to bed at night, you don't leave all the lights in the house on. Turn the lights off and you sleep. So you're needing some time, you're literally needing some time to regenerate, where your body needs rest. And anywhere where you've taken on the responsibility, anywhere where you've taken on other people's responsibility. Here we go. That was like hitting a fulcrum point where it was like an iceberg just falling away. Anywhere where you have been overly responsible, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? Anywhere where you've learned where, those movies where the man leaves his wife and he says to his son, now you're the man of the house. That's bogus and it's BS. That kid is in no way the man of the house. But it's that responsibility put upon them that's inappropriate. So anywhere where that responsibility has been put upon you, are you willing to release? Okay, yeah, you're doing it. I can feel it. You're doing it. It's releasing, clearing, destroying, and uncreating that. Because it's just been, in the past, it's too much. It's way too much. We get way too much. It's clearing and only being responsible solely for yourself. Because then it will help you not get overly burdened or weighed down, where it can be physically, mentally, emotionally, even detrimental. Then you have energy for you. And I'm talking to Tiffany here too. It's important for Tiff. So do the spiral. When you get to the center, I would highly suggest releasing over responsibility. And coming back out and only being responsible for yourself. Okay, good. All right, my dear Amanda. Trust yourself. Amanda, trust yourself. Anywhere where focus on your strength. Break the habit of working on your faults. Time and nature is taking its course with you, and it's creating something profound and beautiful. when you look at a leaf, when you look at a plant, when you look at a seashell. That's this opening for you. One thing that may help, because I'm getting Ghirardelli chocolate, but only having chocolate that is 72% of cacao or above. 72% or higher of cacao. It will help, well, you can look it up, just the benefit of eating high doses of cacao. It's the chocolate, the but there's something else with San Francisco. I don't know. It's like the Golden Gate Bridge. One of your gifts, this is talking about there's a couple of people coming through. They felt like old friends or friends that are no longer here. And they're wanting me to acknowledge for you and for you to acknowledge this bridge that you're building. I'm talking about like an emotional, spiritual bridge. It's like crossing from the bad part of town to the good part of town. It's like you moved from the bad side of the tracks to the good side of the tracks, and you deserve it. Like you deserve and you honor and you bring in this a bounty, this you live in a higher society, a higher income bracket, and because you deserve it. Bring that in. Okay. That's what's happening with you. Okay. All right, Jared and Kat, Tiffany and Lynn. Oh, Jared, the package will be there Monday. I think I told you. Maybe I texted you that. Anyway, I think it was they got behind with Labor Day. All right, Jared. So something else is coming up for you in regards to the location that your offices are at. I don't know if it's like an offer, but energy's moving, and it has to do with the expansion. Have you ever been sitting in a car and the car next to you, you're in like a parking lot, and the car next to you starts to back up, and all of a sudden you think maybe your brakes are off, you think you're moving, but the car is moving. It's like a optical illusion, okay, where you're not moving, but you kind of think that you are. There's something shifting here, and it's not what you think it is, but it will actually be for your benefit. It's so if you're driving and you're sleepy, you stop, you rest, you get yourself some caffeine, you wake up, or you get a hotel room and you sleep, or you pull over and you sleep. You're going to get there. It's stop being anxious about how it's going to work, and then taking time for yourself. This is the Chariot card. You're moving forward, but sometimes you don't get the sensation of movement. Or you get the sensation that things that are moving shouldn't be moving. Or thinking that things that are moving shouldn't be moving, or that things that are moving should be moving. It's losing all of that. You're on the Chariot. You're on a divine platform. And I'm talking to everybody now on the show. We're all on this kind of divine platform moving forward. And it's really profound. So stop stop questioning the directions. At some point you just have to sometimes trust GPS. Know that you're on the right path. Know that you're on the right path. No doubt about it. And then, Kat, your superpower is when you have downtime. This is, again, we've talked about this before, about getting out of the brain, getting out of the mind, trying to figure everything out. When you have some downtime, it just comes to you. It's okay to have a messy house sometimes. It's okay that the bed isn't always made. It's okay that you don't, scrub the bathroom sink every day. It's okay to let sometimes those things go. And then for you, do the spiral. And what would it feel like to let go of overthinking? And then when you're coming back out, just allow the universe. And again, you're not everyone. You can do this every day. All right, I'm not just talking about one time. You can do this every day. Do it a couple of times a day because it helps to get you recentered. Number one. But this is where, Kat, you're needing downtime, like time to and for yourself, because it relaxes the mind, and that's where these ideas come in. It's like Newton sitting underneath the apple tree, right? He was just relaxing. He didn't go there to figure out life. It's just allow these ideas to come in and not worry about them. Well, like Jared's, the previous card, well, they're not here yet. What's the deal? Again, very kind of similar to Jared's card, but about just letting go. Take some time off. Take some downtime. These things will be served to you on a silver platter. All right, my dear Tiffany. So Jared, Kat. So Jared got the Chariot, Kat got the Hermit. Tiffany, this is the Synthesis card. A couple of things. I get a plane trip. You could be going like to a convention or a sporting event or something, but what you're really doing, what your soul or oversoul needs, is to get out of a certain energy and into another energy, to regroup or to synthesize what's been happening here. You know, Einstein said you can't solve a problem from the same place that you created the problem, or the problem was created. So this trip is really kind of important for you to literally get away from the energy. You know, it's like if you're in a house with smokers, your clothes are going to smell like smoke, and after a while you don't even smell the smoke. But then when you leave the house, people are going to smell the smoke on your clothes. Blah, blah, blah. But then, after you're away from the house, you could start smelling the smoke again on your clothes. So then you change clothes, take a shower, wash your hair. That's the importance of this trip. It's kind of getting you out of it'll help clear the fog. Let's just put it that way. It'll help clear the smoke. It'll help clear the air. There, that's what I wanted to say. It'll help you synthesize it. So it's a little bit like Kat's card, where you're moving more into freedom of figuring things out. You're smart, but this is more feeling things out. This is your gift of feeling. Same with you, Kat, in many ways. Is so much energy can come into your head that you lose the ability to kind of feel it out because there's too much coming at you. Okay. Lana, here we go, my dear. Yeah. Huh. Wonder what this card is, Lana. Harmony. The number 8 is significant for you. I don't know if it's kids and grandkids, but it's you might have Matt or Mark make you a tape or a song list of your favorite songs. So like for your birthday or for Christmas coming up, or I don't know, Halloween. There's something about the energy of that music that's really important for you. It's a vibration, it's a frequency. Oh, this is going to be funny. You know how sometimes during the reading or during the show, I get these songs coming into me. I think, I know one of these abilities of yours is pay attention when you're talking to people, what song pops in your in your head, because there's a message there. There is. So I'll tell you a story. Years ago, I think I told this on the show a couple of times, but I'll tell it again. I was reading for a mother and her daughter. Her daughter was in her almost 40. The mother was in her 60s. And I said, this baby you lost is coming through. And the mother's like, the mother had never told the daughter that she'd lost a baby after the daughter was born. Never told a soul. And so the daughter's like looking at the mother, and the mother's looking at, she goes, I just didn't want to bring it up. Well, then I said to her, what's that song? Why is this baby singing, I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me? And then it started out with ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. So I sang that, and the mother's like, I don't know. The next day, the mother calls me and said, oh my God. She goes, I was holding Amanda. Amanda was like 2 years old. And the mother was dancing to that song when she miscarried. And it was the baby coming through, letting her know that it was actually the baby. So my point of telling you this story, Lana, is it can be a little odd for you, but I really think that because you're so musical, that there are these tones that you're going to be hearing, or music coming to your head that's going to really, we'll talk. All right, I love you all. We'll see some of you this weekend. Really looking forward to it. We're not having a show on Sunday or Monday, but for those of you that do the monthly, we'll give you some extra time on the following shows. All right, love you all. Let me know how you're doing, and lots of blessings. Take care.